than skateboarding.
Right. I was. It was doing very much part of my life as well as other people's lives as well. You spent a brief time at Masjid
Masjid Al-Salam.
Al-Salam.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us what that was like.
Okay. And in the back of my mind, I was wondering if that might be interpreted as a negative reaction to what was happening here. Well, what
question?
No, I just tell you what went down was, I always like to kind of get around, and, meeting the Muslims from various groups and communities was also part of an adventure for me. But this was my affiliation was here. But having already met people, and periodically, maybe so many times a quarter, visiting over here and over there, I got a call, and basically the call was to see if I'd be willing to help with starting a Sunday school. So my going over there for a period of time was kind of basically a trailer event behind the fact of accepting to participate in getting a Sunday school off the ground. Now, Clara Muhammad School was running here, but there was not a full-time school nor a weekend school over there. So I went over there. So that basically had me there on Sundays. Then, as you wind up meeting the parents and their other functions, you get invited to things on Saturday evening and whatever. And I wound up being on the board there. And that, that was an adventure too. But it was amazing to me, experience in natural human nature. When people couldn't establish a school, I'd say just on their own resident town. And the school people were more here. So I went over, Lyra, Sabir went over, Charmaine went over, to help with the Sunday operation. By the time it got up and running well, the natural thing is like, if you bring in somebody to help build you a house, once the house gets built, you don't expect them to stay. You expect them to turn over the keys.
Right.
So after it got established well, the people who were really resident over there started to flex and, kind of wanted to now implement their view, and it got to whereby it could have been a very silly struggle, like me trying to study. And the uniqueness of my contribution has already been done. Getting it running and keeping it running is two different skills.
Well, don't you feel that you obtained a treasure from that community as well?
Oh yeah. And I'm not saying.
And you brought the treasure back to this community.
I'm not seeing anything negative on anybody. I'm saying that's just natural human nature. Right. I might have been a little slow, to have it dawn on me. But as I realized it, the growth destiny for people there, and that natural interest, that's really not my natural growth destiny. I actually got called in for a special occurrence.
Well, you come back to the community here, and then you got involved in a lot of different things, one way or another, as I can remember.
I recall that there was another phase of struggle and adventure.
Where, yes,
in this magnificent experience going on.
Right. Okay. And so, but you evolved into the community, and you evolved as a result of your talent, I would think. And you became respected in this community here a long time ago.
Well, Lord knows best what was really the dynamics of that. You know, I'm not sure I want to say it was because of some talent.
Right. Okay. Fine. Now, what we have right now, I mean, at that point, did you ever envision becoming leader of this community? Did you ever have that in the back of your mind somehow? Because that tends to be.
Well, I guess I still had some of that bachelor psychology of avoidance type of thing. That was the type of a thing. My orientation was to like sidestep, if I possibly could, that kind of a headache. As it became less and less of a headache, you know, and I hope I'm not trying to make it confusing, but when I was a bachelor, childhood seemed like a bad thing. I mean, having children. But once I had children, I saw it completely different, and I developed differently. So when I came back here, the whole thing of becoming a leader was a thing I was really looking at as avoiding, because somehow I got asked to be the assistant manager. And if anybody has never had that experience, it's a tricky position. You have to really play your position, okay? While other people are trying to play you out of your position, and their ideas relating to the imam's position, they wind up having strategies. You know, they come at you straight, they come at you sideways, all this kind of stuff. And my idea of navigation was to try to let that all that. But the assistant imam position is just naturally developmental. I mean, you do prepare for the box. You do wind up having to take some leadership position and kind of grow into it. Oh, that's what's so bad.
This is the point where you actually develop some humility and some patience and these types of things.
You know, it's kind of hard to see yourself. But with the experiences come development that you would have never thought of in your youth. You know, they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Wow. Okay, now, during the shady period in our community, like when Imam Washington Muhammad came about and began to teach, and we all call it a transitional period from the nation to the world community around Islam and these types of things. Were you impressed by it? That period?
Well,
did it cause you?
I mean, it all blew my mind, or we can minimize it and say I was impressed. You know, I've been using the term phenomenon in recent years, but it was phenomenal from the very beginning. You know, when I was a visitor, but a more familiar visitor that people used to seeing, it was just phenomenal to so-called roll with the Muslims. You know, I was well aware of being amongst really a special picture, a phenomenal development of a human being, just the body of the Muslim, and then the teacher of a Muslim. That was just like, that was beyond anything I had ever experienced.
you know, Yale is lightweight compared to what I experienced in the Imam Muhammad. And, you know, I took anthropology and those types of things, and sociology and all these different ologies on the liberal arts side of the whole college experience. But that was like an introduction to me on W. Muhammad. I mentioned two things. We've got another question waiting, but I traveled with the Muslims as a non-Muslim to some event in Atlanta at the Army. And I was like stunned to the core, like I wanted to cry, or whatever at just the reality. This was like the mid-70s. We go to this building. I didn't see white people running anything. It's like the Muslims rented the building and told the management, you don't need to be managing. And like they ran the door, the gate, the aisles, everything. And then the people were there, dressed up, clean, decent, neat, and seemingly under no psychological need to parade around and be seen. I had never seen a mass gathering of African Americans dressed up and not going through pettiness, trying to parade and be seen. They're just like comfortably sitting there being intelligent. Like, how does this phenomenon get for this?
You know, this has not been explained to me how it got done, but it's obviously a human work that you couldn't buy with $1 million or billions of dollars has been done. And then as far as Imam Muhammad is concerned, I remember marveling at how I could sit here on the floor and he could be teaching live in Chicago. And the teacher comes in through a phone connection and the speakers were in the ceiling and I'm sitting in Memphis, Tennessee, and this man talked like he knew me personally. How can this be? So impressed is a minor term. My mind was wrong.
Put it like that, yes, impressed is a real proper word. Yes, it is. Imam Muhammad, during his life here with us, he made tremendous contributions in all facets of our lives, as I could see it. What do you take from him? What do you personally take from Imam? I've heard people say, well, he was my father. But what did Imam Muhammad give to you, Imam Rashad Sharif?
What he gave to me was a perspective that I would have never imagined. Even as much as I was impressed, what I thought was going on in the world, in reality, in life, in religion, in scripture, was teeny tiny to the picture that he unveiled, particularly in the Ramadan session. I just would have never pictured it. I mean, I can't do justice to it by sharing it at the moment. But he expanded my mind. It's the first thing that comes to my mind.
What could we have done differently that would have made a greater impact if it was to be a greater?
I don't know of anything that any direct direction that we took that we didn't have to take. I mean, sometimes you have to take a direction because the opportunity is there. And sometimes you have to take a direction because of the limitations or problems that you have. So, why did Imam Muhammad talk to us the way he did? I mean, he could have talked to us a whole different way. But the way that we were kind of required that we be addressed that way. So, if I say we could have done the same thing but faster, no, I think there was a good reason why the pace was the pace. So I don't see regrets in terms of coulda, shoulda, oughta. Nothing comes to my mind.
So therefore, then we plan and allow the best of God, and we move forward as a result of that, because we must move forward. Okay. Tell us about your Hajj experience.
My Hajj experience was, I feel, a reflection of my Hajj intention. My Hajj intention was made at a time when I had no money. And I never intended to save up, go to Hajj. My intention was that the next chunk of money, as a chunk, sizable chunk, that falls into my hands will obligate me to go to Hajj because the no money excuse won't apply. So my Hajj experience was on the front end, that intention, then a kind of a rush to get everything together because it so happened that a chunk of money fell into my hands a few weeks before Hajj. So I said, now I must. I can't just deposit this money in the bank. I now have the money to go to Hajj. So I was fulfilling a previous intention, commitment to do it. So I went without having done all the study I would like to have done. Okay, and I went with the determination to get it done. So it's kind of like a minimalist intention. Some people go seeking the experience of a lifetime and all of this deep personal thing. I went with the intention to make sure that I do this duty to Allah, fulfill this pillar, because it's an obligation I must do. So my Hajj was one to struggle on a minimal level to accomplish what I must do. And then I had some experiences that, again, were like mind expanding or maybe personal, mystical to myself, which I think that's like great. Okay? I found myself on the other side of the Kaaba. Now, to me, that was deep.